guys, welcome to another episode of Meryl Mania Guitar. My name's Meryl Hamilton and today we're going to learn all about note values, beats and rests. But it's not going to be too difficult and this actually applies to any instrument. I'm just doing it on guitar because that's the only instrument I play. It's also the best instrument. I'm only joking. They're all good. Anyway, so please join in on this lesson and play along on whichever instrument you have, or if you don't have your instrument, just clap along to the beats because you're more likely to remember all this stuff if you join in. Otherwise, you might forget. So, let's do this. So the first most important thing we need to learn, well, it's not the most important thing, but what's good to learn is that music is divided into sections and these are called bars. They're divided by the bar line. In this example, there are 4 bars just there. I'm pointing to thin air at the moment, but I know I'm going to add that in later. Now, at the beginning of pieces of music, we will often see a 4 with another 4 underneath. This is a time signature. And what it's telling us is that the top number is saying, hey, there's going to be 4 beats in each of these bars. So each bar is worth 4 beats. And the type of beat is the bottom 4, saying that's a quarter note. So first up, we're going to learn the note values, and then later in the lesson, we will learn the rest values. So for this example of everything, I'm going to use a metronome today. You can download a free metronome app on any of your devices. Mine's called Simple Metronome, and I'm going to use it as a learning aid for us to play along with today. So I'm just going to turn it on. With a metronome, you can make it faster or slower. In case you want to set yours to the same speed as mine, mine's on 57 BPM, beats per minute. Okay, so this symbol basically is called a semibreve, and it's also called a whole note. So this is what is a bit confusing because everything has 2 names. Like one name isn't enough already to remember. But when you see this symbol, it basically means you need to hold your note or your chord, whatever it is, for 4 beats, like this. Here we go with the metronome. I'll come in after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there we have it, a semibreve in each bar. So we're holding our chord for 4 beats. Now on to the next one. This is called a dotted minim, and it's also called a dotted half note, just to confuse everything. And it's also, so many alsos, it's also worth 3 beats. So here's an example of the 3 beats now with the metronome. So I'm going to hold my chord for 3 beats. But there's 4 beats in a bar, so the last beat, I'll do nothing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, hopefully that makes some sense. So next, let's learn what this is about. This is called a minim. It's also called a half note. So like I was saying, it has 2 names. Everything has 2 names. And it's worth 2 beats. Say like you had 2 of them in a bar, you'd end up strumming twice because 2 add 2 is 4. So 4 beats in the bar, 2 of these you would strum twice. I'll just show you. Here I go now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if you see this symbol, this is called a crotchet and it's worth 1 beat. So now if you think about it, you have a bar of music worth 4 beats. So you could fill that bar up with 4 of these. So in my case, 4 strums. So I'm going to play this now. So here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now on to this. So if you see this, it's called a quaver. It's also called an 8th note, and it's worth half a beat. So the reason it's called an 8th note is, if you think about it, you have a bar of music worth 4 beats. So if each beat is now halved, it will end up being 8 beats. So that's also why it's called an 8th note. It would basically work out that you would strum on the beat and you'd strum in between the beat. So you could count it like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... But anyway, I'll just play it with the metronome and then hopefully it'll make some more sense. Or maybe it already makes all the sense and I'm babbling on too much. I tend to do that. Sorry in advance. Here I go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So basically there were 8 strums in each bar there. So next let's learn what this is. So this is called a semicraver. Its other name is it's a 16th note and it's worth 1/4 of a beat. So it's halved again from what I did earlier. Basically it's kind of called a 16th note because if you have a bar of music that's worth 4 beats, you could fit 16 strums into this. So it's like each single beat is divided into 4, so you end up with 16. Like if there's 4 beats in the bar and each beat's divided into 4. Anyway, it's really confusing, but if I demonstrate it, I think it will make more sense. And how I would count this is 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. And basically that was 16 strums, if you're playing guitar, over like worth 4 beats in the bar. Right, so here I go. One E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... running out of breath. Must remember to breathe and talk and blink. Sometimes I forget to blink when I play guitar. Anyway, so all those examples were to the metronome at the speed you just heard, which is 57 beats per minute. Now, if you imagine you played all of that to a metronome or song that was faster, and speed can be called tempo, by the way, so at a faster speed or faster tempo, then every example I just showed would then be faster. Same if it was slower, like I could have shown all these examples today at a slower speed and everything would have slowed down. Now we're going to learn the rest symbols. And in music, basically, we might not always play our instrument the whole entire time in every single song ever. Sometimes there's going to be gaps and we need to know how long to create these gaps for. Spaces are important in music and it can add dynamics, it can change the whole feel and sound of a song. So the first symbol we need to know about is this. So it looks like a pair of pants and it's worth 4 beats. So this is a 4 beat rest if you see this. So I'm just going to strum something on my guitar with the metronome and then I'm going to stop for 4 beats, and then strum again, so you see what I mean. So here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, go! 1, 2, 3, 4, go! And so on. So the pair of pants is the 4 beat rest. So we would stop for 4 beats of time. Next, if you see this symbol, which looks like a top hat with a dot next to it, this is worth 3 beats. So this is a 3 beat rest. So here's an example. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think my lights just changed colour or went off or something. Spooky. If you missed that, you could rewind this back a few seconds and you'll see that happening. Not that you would want to, it's a bit boring. Anyway, onto this symbol. So this is just what I call, well, it looks like a top hat, but it's worth 2 beats. So we would stop, we would rest for 2 beats here. So here's an example coming up. Remember, join in. I'm doing a G, by the way. 1, 2. 1, 2, and so on. Now, if you see this wiggly line, which I think looks like a bit like a cool bolt of lightning, this is a rest for just 1 beat. So you'd only stop for a short amount of time. So, example coming up. 1. 1. 1. 1. It's like the world's most boring, worst song with just 1 lyric. Oh, anywho, on to the next one. Okay, so next, if you see this symbol, this is a half beat rest. So it's like a little line with a little bit and a blob. So it's going to be quite hard to demonstrate this, actually. I'm going to try my best. Here I go. Okay. It's just so short. It's a bit hard to demonstrate when it's that short. Maybe I should have set the metronome slower. Anyway, too late now. Okay, well, it's not too late. I could just do it, but I'll leave it. Okay, so on to the next symbol. And this rest is worth 1/4 of a beat. So it's such a short rest, really. So it's basically a line, a couple of other lines, a couple blobby things. So... oh, my lessons just get so technical sometimes. Anyway, good luck learning from me. Here we go. This is a hard one. I had to put on my concentration face there. Oh. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope it's helped. Best not to click this off just yet, because at the end screen there's a chart I've made that's showing everything I've said today in a nice layout. So hopefully that will make sense if you read that. Right, so thank you so much for subscribing, or if you're about to subscribe, and thank you so much for all the likes and comments and stuff. I really appreciate it. So I'll see you guys next week. or in a minute if you press play on my next video. So thank you in advance if you've done that. So remember, practice makes progress, and I'll see you cats on the flippity flop.